Hi, this is Dean Rose coming to you from beautiful Naples, Florida, and it's about 5:30 right now in the evening, and I keep looking off here because the sun's actually setting, so it's starting to get pretty gorgeous out. But anyway, I wanted to share some information with you today. I happened to be on a daily motivational wake-up call the other day that Erin Birch was hosting, and she was talking about the rules and characteristics of highly successful people in business and life. And there were like 10 rules, and I thought I would share those with you here tonight. They're not in any particular order, but the first one I'll mention here I think should be number one. And if you're going to implement any of these into your character, daily mode of operation, or what have you, I definitely think number one is a good one to start with. So the first thing she said is you need a very deep understanding of what you want and why. And I think that's really important, because if you don't know what you're going after, what your goal is, I mean, obviously, it's hard to attain if you don't know what it is. But if you do know what it is, then you need to know why you're doing it. Why are you going to go through all the trouble, the heartache, the challenges? Because there are going to be some. If you're an entrepreneur, you're going to run into them. So you need to know why, and your why's got to be really strong. Because on those days when it's difficult and challenging for you, you need to rely on your why to get you through it. So I think that's very important. Number two, you got to develop an I don't care what other people think attitude. If you can get to a point where you have that type of attitude, you'll become unstoppable. Because no matter what you think or say or do, there's other people that will disagree with you. And that's in everything in life. And they may even be family and good friends. And because if you're really going after something that motivates you, drives you, there are going to be people that don't agree with it, think you can't do it. So you really got to get a tough skin and develop that. Whatever it is, you don't care what they think. The third thing is commitment. You're going to need to have the commitment that basically you're going to go burn the ships. There's no turning around. You've got to do what you've got to do to make it happen. You got to stay committed. If you don't have that commitment, also coupled with your why, it's going to be very, very difficult to, go for that big goal you want, or what it is, or goal, or whatever you want to call it in life. It's going to be very difficult to do that. The fourth thing, your belief. Okay, you must have 100% complete belief in yourself that you can do it. Again, being an entrepreneur, you're going to run into challenges, and everybody does. And so you've got to believe in yourself. You've got to be committed to yourself that no matter what it takes, you're going to go after your dream, you're going to go after your goal. You got to have that commitment. I mean, if you don't have that commitment, nobody else is going to have it for you. I mean, you got to do it for yourself. The fifth thing Erin mentioned is you need to act as if. So in other words, you need to act as if you're already that person you need to become. So if you really want to be a highly successful person, whether it's a business owner, whether you're in real estate or you're a network marketer, whatever it may be, if you want to be a really highly successful in that industry or that business, then you need to become a certain person to do that. And you need to take a look at that. Take a look at people in your industry, whatever it is that your business that you're working in, and find somebody that's highly successful and kind of mirror what they're doing. I mean, if they're highly successful, there's certain things they have done. And so how they act, how they carry themselves, that's things that you'll need to do now. Now, you may not be there, but you need to act as if you are already there. Okay, the sixth thing, communication skills. That's key. I always tell my kids, if you can communicate with people, I mean, that's a skill. People get paid a lot of money being able to communicate effectively. So you need to become a master, as Aaron said, at small talk. Because the better you can master small talk will help you build rapport with people. And if you're trying to grow a business online, for instance, via social media, I mean, that's how you connect with one another. You create small talk. You know, you find something in common and you small talk, and eventually you build rapport along the way. Aaron also mentioned you need to have the ability to empathize with someone. If they're telling you about a painful or troubling situation they're going through, they need to talk about it. You need to be able to listen to them. And I mean, you need to really hear what they're saying and not just be thinking about the next thing you're going to say. You know, okay, when they're finished talking, I'm going to pitch them my opportunity, my business. I want them to sign up. You really need, if you want to connect, really connect with somebody, you need to be able to listen. What's that the old saying that God gave you 2 ears and 1 mouth? Listen twice as much as you talk. So that would be applicable in this situation. The 8th item she had here is choose very carefully who you surround yourself with. Are the people around you positive and empowering you? Yeah, you need to put positive things in your mind every day. And if you have a toxic person around you, a negative Nelly, that might be a family member or a friend or something, you need to distance yourself from them. If you're truly going to be successful, you can't have, you know, it's bad enough, I know, with myself, you know, my self-talk, you know, chattering all the time in there, telling me I can't do stuff, you know, whatever it is, you know, I work on that, try to improve myself. Well, you don't need people in your surrounding world doing that same thing to you. It's bad enough. You know, we got enough challenges in our own head, you know, trying to commit to things and stay focused without getting a bad vibe, bad information, negative talk from someone else. The ninth thing she said was be willing to adapt. If you're an entrepreneur, things are always changing. I mean, they're constantly changing in your business. For instance, if you're marketing on social media, maybe it's Facebook or YouTube or Instagram, you know, they're always changing their rules. They're always changing their algorithms on how things get searched and found on those platforms. So you may have down your process of how you get your content out there, and then they may change the algorithm and your stuff is not showing up. You need to be able to adapt to that. As an entrepreneur, that's just one example, but as an entrepreneur, things are always changing. They're very fluid, and you need to be able to adapt to that and change with it. Number 10 she had was be honest and have integrity. And that pretty much goes without saying. You know, people do business with people they know, like, and trust. And if you have honesty and integrity, then that'll go a long, long way into getting people to follow you, engage you, and eventually buy from you. So be honest and have integrity. I mean, that's just, you know, that's just a basic value, moral code, you know, that people should have. So there was one more. It's actually a little bonus here, and it was gratitude. Erin mentioned you need to be grateful, and you need to be have an attitude of gratitude daily. And you need to be, even for the small things, you have to have gratitude. For instance, you might be a coffee drinker. You get up in the morning, you love your coffee. Well, you might be grateful for that coffee mug you have every morning to put your coffee in. You might be grateful for the air that you breathe, your beautiful home, where you live. I mean, I'm very grateful to live here in Naples. It's stunning. We absolutely love it, and I'm very grateful for that. So you need to be in a state of gratitude, because the more gratitude you show, the more grateful you are for even the little things that are around you. The universe has a way of putting more things into your life that you can be grateful for. And that is very key. And it's pretty much the law of attraction, if you're familiar with that. So the more grateful you can be, the law of attraction is going to start working. It's going to put more things in your life that you can be grateful for. So I hope these 10, actually 11 things were helpful for you. And this is Aaron's take on what successful people do in life and business. It's their rules and characteristics that they carry to make themselves successful. And I would tend to agree with her. Those are great items that I think you should carry with yourself. I mean, I'm working on some of these things. I'm trying to improve and get better at them. And I just think it's a good baseline to follow. And be consistent. That's probably another one I would put on there, is you have to be consistent in your actions, no matter whatever you're doing. So if you were to implement these 11 things into your daily mode of operation and how you worked, and then be consistent. Just be consistent and don't quit, no matter what you're doing. Again, there's going to be naysayers out there, and people aren't going to agree with what you're doing or think you can do it, or worried that you can do it and you may leave them behind. So anyway, I hope you got some good value out of this. If you would do me a great favor, I really appreciate it, is comment and share below if you found value out of this. And until next time, this is Dean Rose, and see you later. Have a good evening. Bye.